students, now we go for our computer science class lesson 1 and the grade 7. Okay, so see lesson 1, computer software and languages. So in this class you have know about what is software. Okay, what is software, that about software. The next thing is what is languages. Okay, in computer we also using some languages. About that also we have to learn in this lesson. Okay, first I have to divide that computer language into two words. I have to split the word. Okay, so computer and languages. Now see the computer. What is computer? You already know. Computer is an electronic device. Computer is an electronic device. So it is a combination of hardware and software. It is a combination of hardware and software. So without hardware, software will not work, and without software, hardware will not work. Here hardware means what? Physical part of the computer. Example, keyboard, mouse, monitor, that and all. Okay. And here software, it is a set of instructions. So in this class we have to learn about software. And this side languages. Language means what? When we want to communicate some other means, first we have to know some languages. For example, if I want to communicate with me means if I have to communicate with you, so we know English language. So if I have to ask some question means you have to respond me. If you don't know means you cannot respond me. So here we need some language to interact with each other. So here language, it is a mean of communication by which we can interact with each other. We can communicate with each other. So computer means what? It is an electronic device, combination of hardware and software. Language means it is a communication which we can interact with each other. Okay, why this in computer we want to interact with each other means already everyone know computer can understand English? No. Tamil? No. Because computer can understand only zeros and ones. See, if I have to type A name in computer, it cannot understand this A. It will understand in the forms of zeros and ones only. It will understand in the forms of zeros and ones only. Okay. So now we have to see the what is computer language. Okay. Our next topic is computer language. So I already told computer cannot understand English or Tamil. Any languages cannot understand. If we want to communicate with the computer, we need, that means we know some languages. For example, see, to communicate with the computer, we need some languages. It is known as computer language. Okay, it is known as computer language. So it understands only zeros and ones. It can understand only zeros and ones. So computer can understand only zeros and ones. These zeros and ones we call as a binary code. We call it as a binary code. Okay. So to communicate with the computer, we need some languages, and it is known as computer language. So it understands only zeros and ones, and it is known as binary code. Okay, means we are telling that computer can understand only zeros and ones, but we are giving the input. Okay, we are giving the input in English only. Then how it will understand? So we have some types of languages are there. Let me see the type of languages. Okay, we go for the languages. So this is types of languages. Okay, so here the language is divided into two types. Okay, here language is divided into two types. The first one is low level language. In short, we can write tubular. Okay, so the first refers low, second refers level, and third refers language. So low level language. The form of high level language is HLL. Okay, here H refers high level language, L refers level, and the another L refers language. So H high level language. Okay, so language is divided into two. One is low level language, the next one is high level language. Now the first one is low level language. This low level language is divided into once again two types. The first one is first generation language, the next one is second generation language. Like that, in high level language also, it is divided into three types: third generation language, fourth generation language, and fifth generation language. So here we have 5 generation of languages. But these 5 generation of language is divided into two categories. One is low level language, the another one is high level language. Now we have to go for this low level language. Why we call this as a low level language? We have to see about low level language. So low level language having two types. One is first generation language, the next one is second generation language. So first we have to see the first generation language. So it is a low level language. Why we call it is a low level language? See, first the other name of low level language is machine language. The other name of low level language is machine language, or we call as a first generation language. Okay, so the first generation language, the other name is called machine language. So then it is very close to machine. It is very closer to machine. Why it is very closer to machine means because it can understand only zeros and ones. It can understand only zeros and ones and can execute very fast. So machine can understand zeros and one only. When we give our input itself zeros and one means it will execute very fast and difficult to program. When for example, nowadays we are giving our input in an English word only. But in this generation, we have to give our input as zeros and ones. See the example here. Here I have to give hello, my name is this. So I have to give the input like this one day, in this format one day. So this is the value of hello, my name is. See 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Like that you have to give your inputs, that is zeros and ones. So it is difficult to program. A small word having this much of zeros and ones, no? So it is difficult to program a big program. Okay? And difficult to modify. Difficult to modify means, for example, if here I did a mistake, instead of 0, I have to put 1. So I cannot rectify where I did the mistake. I cannot rectify where I did the mistake. So it is difficult to the user, but in a machine it is easy to understand. So once again I have to tell low level language, that is in that the first topic is first generation language. The other name of first generation language is machine language. The machine is very closer to the machine is very closer to the machine languages, very closer to the machine, and it can understand only zeros and ones. That's why it will execute very fast. But here when we have to create a program, it is very difficult because we have to use zeros and ones only. So and to modify also, if we have to do any small mistake that we cannot rectify very easily. So it is difficult to modify. The next we have to see the second generation language. Okay, now we will see the second generation language. So low level language is divided into two. The first one is first generation language. The second one is second generation language. The first generation language is machine dependent language. So it can understand zeros and ones only. Okay. Machine can understand zeros and ones only. Okay. So here this second generation language, it is also called assembly language. Okay. So first generation is called machine language. The second generation is called assembly language, and it is less closer to the machine because machine can understand zeros and one only. Here it is very less closer to the machine. Why? See here the machine can understand some common words. Okay, machine can understand some common words, but in first generation the machine can understand zeros and ones only. That's why it is less closer to the machine. The next one, what are the some common words? Means you don't know some common words. See, add, sum. This is input, output, store. This is for increment and this is for the decrement. Okay. Next, with the help of assembler, it translates from assembly language to the machine language. Okay. Now, if a person knows French, okay, I didn't know French, but he is asking some question to me, but I cannot give my answer to that person. So I have to use some intermediator to convert the language. If I have to speak in English, they have to translate that one into French. That person, they have to give their answer in a French. That intermediate will give the answer with me English. So in the center, one person is there. That is called intermediator. Like this here also, one translator is there. Okay. Here also, one translator is there who convert the assembly language to machine language. Who means assembler. Who means assembler. So the translator will translate assembly language to the machine language with the help of assembler. Okay. So here we have to give our inputs. No, that name is called source code. That name is called source code. That name is called source code. And we will get that. That means we have to give the input to the machine. No, that is called source code, and it will convert with the help of assembler and the conversion called object code. Okay. So source code will convert to the object code with the help of assembler. Okay. See, source code. I have to give my input. It will goes for the machine with the help of assembler. I have to, that is the result of zeros and ones will be there. Converting the processing finished means that zeros and ones comes to the assembler. The assembler will give the user understanding language. Okay. So this is called second generation. Here we have to conclude our second generation language. Okay. I have to explain with one example. Okay, now we see the second generation language example. Let's see. First, I have to start my program. Here, I have to add two numbers. Okay. Then I have to take the input as A. Next, I have to take the input as B. I have to give an operation, that is add. Okay. I have to say I have to add A and B. It will store in a C. Then I said give the result of C. I have to use the word out. Then stop. Okay. So this is my input. This is my input, which is called source code. Okay. This is my input, which is called source code. Which is called source code. Okay. So we are giving this input. Okay, in this format, we are using some common words also. Okay, see here, start is a common word, INP is a common word, INP is a common word, STR, out and stop. These are the common words. Okay, so these source code will convert into the object code with the help of assembler. With the help of assembler, it is easy to write the program. Okay, it is easy to write the program, and the user can also understand. If I have write the program, then I show to the another person, they also can understand easily. But for the machine, it is not easy. So the machine can convert with the help of assembler to the zeros and ones, nothing but the object code. So in this generation, it is we need some knowledge about the hardware. Okay, we need some knowledge about the hardware, because if this coding I have to write in one system means I cannot transfer to the another system. Okay, for example, I have to create this coding in 16-bit memory like system, and this one if I have to run with the 32-bit system means it will not work. It will give the wrong result only. So it is a machine dependent only. So it is very close. That means it is not very closer, but little bit only. Okay. So this is your second generation language. Next we go for high level language. Now we will see the high level language. So language is divided into two. One is low level language, the other one is high level language. So in this high level language, it is divided into three: third generation language, fourth generation language, and fifth generation language. Now we will see the third generation language. So here the third generation language is closer to the human. It is closer to the human. It is a procedural language. It is procedural language. So user can read very easily and to write also. They have to create a new program also. Then for example, C, C++, C hash, COBOL, BASIC and QBasic. Okay. So in assembly, the source code will convert to the object code with the help of assembler. Like that, here also high level language to the low level language. Low level language means machine language. So high level language to the low level language, it will convert with the help of translator. That translator is compiler and interpreter. So with the help of compiler and interpreter, it can translate high level language to the machine language, that is low level language. For example, now I have to write a QBasic program, a small program only. Just see, I have to give print, okay, inside the bracket, double quotates, hello. Then I have to close this one and end of my program. So when whoever can see this one, they can understand easily what is the program. Print, hello, end. So this is my input. Okay. So my output is hello. It will comes. Okay. So this high level language will convert in between. Okay. Will convert. Then some process will be done. Then once again it will convert into high level language. So this one convert into zeros and ones. Once again it will convert into high level language. Okay, so this process will be done in between that. So this is for high, that is third generation language. So here we have to write the coding like this. Okay, next we have to see the fourth generation language. High level language is fourth generation language. So here it is a non-procedural language. Here it is a non-procedural language. So in third generation language, I said that is the procedural language. What is meant by procedural language means we have some set of rules. For example, first we have to take the input, then process, then it will give the output. So before we cannot give the output, then process, then input. So we have some procedure. So like this one you have to follow the steps. We cannot make the, for example, step 1 write in the last, step 3 write in the first. Like that you cannot write. But here it is a non-procedural language, and this fourth generation language is very user-friendly language. It is very user-friendly language. For example, VB, SQL and Oracle. Here we can have to, when we have to create a program, here it takes very small amount of time. So this is a time consuming. In third generation, everything you have to write a coding, but here we have to use some designs also. The next one, it is very easy to access. It is very easy to access. I have to give one example in a VB. Just listen. I have to open one form in VB. Okay. In that form, I have to give 2 numbers. Okay. This is my input number 1, this is my input, that is number 2. So here I need my result. Okay, so I have to design this one. So I have to write the coding alone. No? So I cannot create this form. To create this form in a third generation language, when I have to create this form, I need to write the coding. For this box, I need to write the coding. For this box, I need to write. So everything I should write a program. But in a fourth generation, it is already designed. Okay, in a baby, I have to design very fast. Little bit amount money I have to write the coding. For example, this is the example of addition of 2 numbers. Just I have to write text 1 dot text is equal to the value, then text 2 dot text is equal to the value. The next, in the text third box, I will get the value of text 1 dot text plus value of text 2 dot text. That's all my coding. See, only 3 lines I have to write. But when I have to write this coding in the third generation language, maximum comes 3 pages, because I have to write the coding for the form, then I have to write the coding for these 3 boxes, then I have to get the input, then process, then output. But here I have to do fastly, because this is a designed format which can I easily design. Then I have to write the coding in the 3 line itself. So here the time consuming is small one. Okay. So this is the difference of the third generation language and the fourth generation language. Next we see the fifth generation language. The fifth generation language. So here fifth generation language is also user-friendly language. The other name of fifth generation language is artificial intelligence. The other name is called artificial intelligence. So here it is an experimental stage only. Okay, here the progress is going on. They are researching that. Okay, so here what they have to research means, once the programmed in a computer. Okay, all the programs. For example, what and all languages they have to have, you know. So that languages and all feed into one machine means, in future without programmer, the machine itself solve the problem. problem. The machine it will solve the problem. Just we have to give our order only. For example, in nowadays some mobiles, that is latest mobile is there, no? When we have to give your voice module only. For example, call Sita means automatically the call will goes for the Sita. Like that, in this generation, this is an experimental stage only, okay? So it is not finished, it is in the experimental stage only. Example, robots. Okay, example is, the best example is robots. Okay, so in the 5th generation language, it is user friendly. The other name is called artificial intelligence. Once the program is feed into the machine, in future the programmer's work is very low. So the machine itself solve the problems. So we have to learn the types of generation language. So this is the types of generation language. Computer software. So a system, okay, a computer system needs hardware and software. Here hardware means physical part of the computer. Software means what? Set of instructions. Okay. In that, this computer software is a collection of programs that have the instruction, that is set of instruction about what work has to do, how it will work, and when it will be delivered. So here as a collection of programs that have the instruction about what, how, and when a computer has to do. Okay. So these computer software is divided into two categories. One is system software, the another one is application software. Okay. So computer software is divided into two categories. One is system software, the another one is application software. Here the system software control and manages the computer. So system software means it will controls and manage. Okay. So it will controls the computer. Okay. Inside we give the instruction, no? That instruction will controlled by the system software and act as a platform for running application software. So act as a platform for running an application software. Now I have to tell what is application software. See, software is useful for the user only. Okay. So application software is useful for the user only. This system software is useful for the system only. So see, act as a platform for running an application software. So in the system software, it helps to run the application software. It helps to the whom? Application software. Okay. So computer software. So computer software is a collection of programs that have the instruction about when, how, sorry, what, how, and when a computer has to do. Two ways, that is two types, system software and application software. It is controls and manage this software, plus it acts as a platform for an application software. This application software is useful for the user only. So using this software, you can create a document for calculation purpose. Also you can use, you have to create a presentation, and you can do the any changes in your file, you can change it. And here the system software, it is useful for the system only. Now let's see the system software. Okay, the next topic is system software. So computer software is divided into two categories. One is system software, the another one is application software. Now see, system software. System means what? That is your machine. So those software is useful for the machine, that software is called system software. Once again I have to say, system means machine, those software is used for the system purpose only. That software is called system software. This system software is divided into 4 categories. See, the first one is operating system, second one is utility software, third one is disk drivers, and the fourth one is language processor. So here let us see the first one, operating system. Here the operating system acts as an interface between the user and the machine. So it acts as an interface between the user and machine. If I want to give the print means that the operating system give the printout. Okay. So it will give the information, it will pass the information. So it acts as an interface between the machine and the user. So some examples are there: MS-DOS, Windows 7, Linux and Unix. Okay, these are the mostly you are using this Windows 7 software in your PC. PC means what? Personal computer. So operating system means what? It acts as an interface between the user and the machine. Okay. In your mobile, what type of operating systems you are using? Anybody knows? Okay. So in your mobile you are using Android operating system. Okay. In your mobile you are using Android operating system. Okay. The next one is utility software. What is that? Utility software. Utility software means to clean up the machine. So sometimes we are now working in the online one. We know that time some unwanted files will be loaded. For example, virus file will be loaded. That we cannot identify it. So to protect that, we are using some utility software, that is antivirus and this defragmenter. Here antivirus, I have to say as an example Kaspersky. You are using Kaspersky, no? That K7, that like antivirus we are using. So it is useful to protect our system. Okay, to protect, that means that unwanted files will not load in our system. Okay, the next one is device drivers. Device drivers means installing a new program. For example, in my home I have a ordinary computer. Okay, desktop computer is there. Now I have to buy a printer or webcam, any new device. Okay, any new device if I have to buy means I have to install that program in my computer. Okay, for example, the printer is there, so I have to install the printer program in my system. Then only the printer will work, otherwise it will not work. That is called disk drivers. So installing a new program. So that software is also useful for the system only. It is not useful for us. The last one, okay, the next topic is language processor. The language processor, the other name is called translator. The other name is called translator. Okay, the other name is called translator. So the language processor, other name is called translator. So what is mean by translator? To convert. Okay, so one language to another language is called convert. No, for that we have to use translator. So here this language process is divided into 3. The first one is assembler, the next one is compiler, the third one is interpreter. Here assembler, the use of the assembler is it will convert high level language to low level language and low level language to high level language, that is machine language to human understanding language and human understanding language to machine language. So here the assembler work is to translate high level to low level and low level to high level. Next the compiler. Here also the same process only, but here it will work the whole program, not one by one. The whole program it will The next one is interpreter. It will work line by line. It will check line by line. So here it takes lot of time. Okay, here it takes lot of time, but here the time, here we can consume our time. It will take less time only when the whole program typed, then only we can run. But here it will check line by line. If one line error is occurred, means you have to rectify the error, then only you go for the next line. So here the time takes lot, but here the time we can, the less time will be taken. So once again I have to tell system software. In the system software we have an operating system. Here an operating system example is DOS, Windows 7, Linux and Unix. So operating system means what? Act as an interface between the user and the hardware. User and the hardware. User and hardware. The next one is utility software. It is to protect unwanted files, virus files and all. It will work. Okay. The next one is this drive. Here this drive is if you want to install a new program. For example, if you want to install a webcam, means that webcam software you have to install in your system. If you are using scanner, means that scanner software you have to install your system. So that purpose is useful for the disk drivers. And the last one is language translator. That is language processor or language translator. Here it is having three types: assembler, compiler and interpreter. Assembler means it will convert high to low and low to high. Compiler, here we have to take the less time to run a program, but here it will take a time. Okay, lot of time it will take. Okay, so these are the system software. Next we will see the application software. So computer software is divided into two categories. One is system software, the another one is application software. Now we see the application software. See, application software. This application software is used for the user only. So this application software is useful for the user only. If the user will give some task, some work they will give, it will finish and give to that user. So here application software is useful for user only. So these application software is once again divided into two. The first one is general purpose software. The other one is customized software. So application software is divided into two categories. One is general purpose software. The another one is customized software. Here the general purpose software is used for all the users. Okay, so used for all the users. Any user can use that software. For example, Word. So in MS Office, when you have to open the Word document, whoever can open. For example, if I open that software in my home, okay, you can open that software in your home also. So it is useful for the all the users. So some examples are there. See, Word, Excel, Oracle, Photoshop, PTP and so many softwares are there. So it is, this one is very important, that is used for all the users. General purpose software is useful for the all the users. In this side, see, customized software. The customized software means a particular person will only use that software. See, particular person. For example, I have a grocery shop. I have to create one software. So that software is useful for me only. Okay. For example, if I have to prepare brinjal sambar in my home, it is useful for me only. It is not used for you. Okay. So like that. So customized software means it is useful for me only. It is not useful for the others. For example, payroll, railways, airlines. So they have to create some individual softwares. Okay. Now we have to go for the general purpose software. Okay. This is the first one, the application software. In the application software, it is divided into two. One is general purpose software, the another one is customized software. Now first we see the general purpose software. In this general purpose software, this software is useful for all the users. Okay, this software is useful for all the users. It is made for the common. Okay, it is made for common. It is not made for the particular person. So whoever can use the software. So in this they have word processing software, presentation software, spreadsheet software, database management system software, graphics software and DTP software. Here DTP means desktop publishing. The first one is word processing software. It is used to create and editing the documents. Okay. So for example, if your miss is saying that you have to prepare an article about classmates and they say you have to give the soft copy. So soft copy plus hard copy. Okay. So if they say soft copy means what? Which one you have to type in your system. That file is stored in a pen drive. That is called soft copy. And hard copy means it is a printout sheet. Okay. So if you want to create that articles names, so you have to use some Word documents now. That is called word processing software. You can edit there, you can change the color of the font, you can change the style of the font. They say example Word, Word Perfect and Writer. The next one is presentation software. The same, you have to give some presentation about the different types of flowers. First, you have to write the documentary form. Here, you have to create some presentation in different types of flower to show the different types of flower by using some presentation software. Which one is useful? PowerPoint is useful for to you. Okay. The next one is spreadsheet software. Spreadsheet software is used to create, store, the data should be stored, analyze, organize and manipulate the data in rows and columns. You can know in your school the mark sheet has prepared an Excel sheet. In that they have to show which rank you are, which grade you are, how many marks you have to get. They will calculate in a fraction of second. In that purpose, the spreadsheet will be used. Example Excel sheet, CALC, Lotus 1, 2, 3. The next one is database management system. Used to create and handle database. In your school office, they have to collect your data. Example, your name, in which grade you are studying, your father name, your mother name, how much fees you have to pay, where you are coming, all the details they have to store in one software. No? That software is called database software. Example Access, Oracle and SQL. The next one is graphics software. Used to draw and colorful graphics and blueprints of designs. Okay. So by using Photoshop, you have to give the 3D effects also in that. Okay. You can change the photo. You can combine two photos in one. In Android phone, you are doing a collage. All the photos you have to make in one collage. No? They are all called the graphics software. The next one is DTP software, that is desktop publishing. Used to create books, newspapers, magazines and brochures. Example Corel Draw, InDesign and publishers. So brochures, this year you have to buy your books from that time they will give the brochures from that one. Okay. So brochure is right. So attractively, colorfully, if you want to design means you will go for this understand? General purpose means any user can use this software, and this is the one type of application software. Okay, next we will see the next topic. Okay, let's see the customized software. Here the customized software, the other name called bespoke software, tailor-made software and special software. So it was created and customized as per an individual or company's requirement. So here they give some examples: railway, airline reservation system, hotel management system, library management system, payroll and inventory management system. Okay, now I have to say deeply. Okay. Okay, so the next topic, number system. And already we studied in the math subject, that is Indian system and international system. Like that, in computer science also we have a number system. In this number system, it is 4 types. Okay, it is 4 types. The first one is decimal. The second one is binary, and the third one is octal. The fourth one is hexadecimal. So the number system having 4 types. The first one is decimal, second one is binary, third one is octal, and fourth one is hexadecimal. So deci means what? 10. Okay, deci means what? 10. So for the decimal, the base is 10. Okay, so the decimal base is 10. The next one, bi means what? 2. Bi means 2. So for the binary, the base is 2. For the binary, the base is 2. The next one is octal. Octal means what? 8. Okay, octal means 8. So the base of the octal is 8. The base of the octal is 8. The next one is hexadecimal. Here hexa means 6 and the decimal 10. So 10 plus 6 is how much? 16. So here the base of the hexadecimal is 16. So here the number system having 4 parts, that is decimal, binary, octal and hexadecimal. Here the decimal base is 10. Deci means 10. So the base of the decimal is 10. The next one is binary. Bi means 2. So the binary base is 2. The next one is octal. The octal base is 8. The next one is hexadecimal. The hexadecimal base is 16. So here the base 10 and decimal means you have 10 digits. You have here 10 digits. The next one, binary. Binary means here you have 2 digits. Here you have 2 digits. Octal means 8. So here you have 8 digits. The next one is hexadecimal. Here you have 16 digits. Now I will show what are the numbers for each type. Okay. Decimal, binary, octal and hexadecimal. So here decimal, I said it is a 10 digits. See what are the digits? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So this is the 10 digit. In binary, it is only 2 digits, that is 0 and 1. In octal, it is 8 digits, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. In the hexadecimal, it is a 16 digits. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 10, it will refer as A. For 11, it will refer as B. For 12, it refers as C. For 13, it refers as D. For 14, it refers as E. And for 15, it refers as F. So, in the decimal, the 10 digits are starting from 0 to 9. In binary, we have only 2 digits, that is 0 and 1. In octal, we having 8 digits, that is 0 to 7. In hexadecimal, we have 16 digits, but here the 10 refers as A, 11 refers as B, 12 refers as C, 13 refers as D, 14 refers as E, and 15 refers as F. So, what is the base of the decimal? 10. What is the base of the decimal? 10. So, the base of the decimal is 10. Okay. The next one, what is the base of the binary? Base of the binary is 2. So, here the base is 2. The next one, the octal base is 8. The octal base is 8. So, here the octal base is 8. The next one is hexadecimal. The hexadecimal base is 16. So, the hexadecimal base is 16. Okay. Now, we go for some examples for the binary to decimal conversion or decimal to binary conversion. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Convert decimal to binary. Okay. Now, here we have to convert decimal to binary. Why we have to put here 10 means, see the number 100. Okay. This 100 is referred as binary number, that is zeros or ones. Okay. If I have to mention 10, then only we know it is a decimal. If I have to put here 2, it is a binary number. So it is necessary you should put the base. Okay. So that's why I have to put base 10. Now how we have to solve? Just listen. 45. Binary is there. So we have to divide by 2. Okay. Now see, 2 2s are 4. Then once again 2 2s are 4. The balance is 1. Because 2 into 22 we will get 44. The balance is 1. That balance we have to write this side. Okay. Once again divide by 2. In 11 times 22 will come. So the balance is 0. Once again divide by 2. In 5 times it is 10. 2 5s are 10. Here 11 is there. The balance 1 you put here. Once again 2. 2 2s are 4. The balance 1. Once again divide by 2. You will get 1 to 0. Because 2 1 is 2. There is no balance. See, once again you should divide by 2. You will get 22. 2 into 22 is 44. The balance 1 is here. Once again 2 11s are 22. There is no balance. You put 0 here. 2 5s are 10. The balance 1 is here. That 1 becomes here. 2 2s are 4. The balance 1 is here. Then 2 1 is 2. So you will get the answer. Now you should write first left to right. Okay. First you write left to right. Then you have to write down to up. Okay. Down to up. Left to right, then down to up. Now see what is first left to right? 1, 0. We wrote this one. Now down to up. Write this one. Then write this one. Then write this 0. And write that one. And the base is 2. Because we convert decimal to binary. At last we have to write your answer 45. The base 10 is equal to, this is the decimal value. Okay. So this is the decimal part. We have to convert into binary part. 1 0 1 1 0 1. The base 2. This is your binary value. like this you have to convert it. See, first you write left to right, then down to up. So you will get the answer. So this is your decimal value and this is your binary value. Let me see the binary to decimal conversion. Okay. Now we have to see convert binary to decimal. This is your binary value. I wrote base 2. Okay. Now see how we have to solve this one. First you have to write the question 1, 1, 0, 1 and 0. In your pencil on the top you write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Place value you will wrote in maths form like that. You have to write 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Now let us take the first one. 0 into, this is the binary, so you have to put into 2 to the power of 0. Take the next value 1 into 2 to the power of 1. Take the next value 0 into 2 to the power of 2. Next value 1 into 2 to the power of 3. Take the next value 1 into 2 to the power of 4. Okay. Now we have to solve this one. Now listen. 2 to the power of 0. When we have to put on the top means it is power. Anything to the power, the value is always 1. Anything to the power, the value is always 1. So 0 into 2 to the power of 0, the value is 1. The next one, 1 into 2 to the power of 1. Listen. 2 power 1 means this 2 you should write 1 times. Okay. Now if it is 2, this 2 you write in 2 times. You will get the answer 4. Okay. So 2 to the power is 4. Once again you write 2 to the power of 3. That is 2 into 2 into 2. That is 4 into 2 is equal to 6. Okay. 4 into 2, 8. Okay. I also did the mistake now. See. Don't multiply this number to this. Okay. This one you should write 3 times. 2 2s are 4. This balance 2. 4 2s are 8. The next one 2 to the power of 2. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. That is 4 into 4 is equal to 16. Okay. So don't multiply to the power. Okay. You have to write how many times you should write. Okay. Now here 2 to the power of 2 is what? 4. So 1 is here. 2 to the power of 1. The value is 2. Next 2 to the power of 2. The value is 4. 2 to the power. The value is 4. Then 2 to the power of 3 is value 8. Next 2 to the power of 4. The value is 16. Now write the answer. Anything to multiply by 0, you will get 0 only. So any number, okay? So 0 into 1, you will get 0. 2 into 1, you will get 2. Once again, see, 4 into 0, you will get 0. Next, 1 into 8, you will get the 8. 1 into 16, you will get the 16. Okay? Now add. 8 plus 2. 10, 10 plus 6, 16, 6, carry 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So you get the answer 26. Now see, so 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, the base 2. This is the binary code. When it converts to the decimal, you will get the 10. Okay. So this is the machine code. It will convert to the decimal which the user can understand easily. Okay, Kana? Have you understand? I will give some examples in the revision class. We see the lesson 1, a short overview. Okay. Now see the first one is computer language. The computer language is first divided into categories. First one is low level language. I already told the expansion of this low level language. And this one is high level language. This low level language is further divided into two categories. One is first generation language, second one is second generation language. The other name of first generation language is machine language. The other name of second generation language is assembly language. So these two are very closer to the machine. The next one is high level language. Here the high level language is third generation language, fourth generation language and fifth generation language. This is very closer to the human language. The other name of the fifth generation language is artificial intelligence. Here this is an experimental stage. Okay, this is an experimental stage. So this is the types of the generation language. Okay, next we will see the computer software. One is computer software. So this computer software is divided into two categories now. The one is system software and application software. Just imagine this is a machine. Imagine this is a machine. Imagine this is a machine. So machine needs hardware. What are the hardwares they need? CPU, mouse, monitor, keyboard and more. That is web camera, printer, whatever, and all things and all that. Which physical parts? Okay, those physical parts are not called hardware. Now the next one is software. Software is nothing but a set of instruction. So these two, application software and system software, these two called as a software. So without software, hardware will not work. Without hardware, software will not work. Okay. Now system software. So what are the types of system software? Operating system. Operating system means what? Act as an interface between the user and the machine. The next one is device drivers. Here device drivers means when we have to install a new things. Okay. For example, when you have to install a scanner to the machine means first you have to install the scanner program to your system. That is called disk drive. In this utility software, you have to install the antivirus program in your system. Then only it will protect from the virus. Next, language processor. So once we need language processor means it will translate high level language to the machine language. You already know high level language means user understand language and machine language means machine can understand that language. The language is zeros and ones. So with the help of language processor, it will translate high level language to the low level language. This language processor, the other name is called translator. The next one is application software. So system software is used only for the system purpose. See, operating system is used to system only. This device is used for the system only. Utility software, it is used for the system only. Language processor also used for the system only. The next one is application software. It is useful for the user. So in this side you have a general purpose software. It is the one type of application software. Example Word, Photoshop, DTP, Excel. It is used for all the users. It is used for all the users. But this side you have to see customized software. It is useful for the particular user only. Example, railways, airline and portal. So these are the overview for the computer software. The next number system, just wait a minute. Next system. The next topic is number system. In the number system, it has four types: decimal, binary, octet and hexadecimal. Decimal means deci means 10, binary means 2, octal means 8 and hexadecimal means 16. Okay. So this is the 4 types of the number system. For the decimal, the base is 10. Here binary, base is 2. Here octal, base is 8. And hexadecimal, base is 16. So this is the type of number system. So here we have to finish our first lesson Kanna. So in this lesson you can understand what are the generation of computer language and what are the computer softwares are there and types of the number system. Okay, thank you.